In this video, we're going to start painting different trees. So to practice, we're going to start with distant tree lines. So we're going to start small and work big. We're going to orient your paper. You're going to tape down a new sheet of paper, and we're going to orient it this way. Just tape around the outside, no tape in the middle is necessary. We're just going to divide it up into sections because we're going to be painting wet on dry initially, and then we'll do a little wet and wet, but anyway, you'll see. So what I want you to do is first just divide your paper in half with a pencil line, then divide each half in half. And then divide each of those in half. And these are just going to be the bases of our tree lines. So these are going to be a bunch of tree lines. And a lot of this practice is about brush technique, really. So at least the first half of it is going to be brush technique. And also learning and figuring out how to be random and irregular as nature appears sometimes. So this is kind of just our dividing line right here. So we're going to do one process up here and another process down here. So we're going to do 3 tree lines here, 3 more tree lines here. Okay, so first what I'm going to have you do on the top half is actually practice sketching out random tree lines. Let me make sure this is dark enough. So I like to hold my pencil with a loose grip when I'm doing this, so I'm not trying to be too precise, so that it helps you to be a little bit more random. So what I'm going to do is just do a series of just like curls and kind of sort of irregular curls, not even perfect curls. I mean, I don't want them to be, you don't want to go like this, like you're doing scallops. And a cartoon way of doing it to make it more irregular would be, which I'll do sometime, which is better, but that's kind of cartoon-like. So what we want to do instead is just kind of be a little bit more spastic, if you will. Because you don't want all nice round points. You want some, you're going to have some that are round, but that's not how trees are. So these are trees that not way off in the distance, trees are going to be more rounded and flatter. The further away they are, the less you're going to see. The closer they are, the more you're going to see kind of like detail, like smaller, and then when you get even closer, you're going to see, and maybe if you have pine trees, you're going to see even more detail. So far, mid-distance, close. And these are going to be kind of maybe mid-distance, because far tree lines are almost, you hardly see any detail, and so there's not really much to practice there. So these are going to be more like a mid-distant tree line. So what you're going to do is just practice being random, and maybe you come up about half, the top of your tree line will be half the distance. Okay, so I'm gonna have some big ones, then I kind of taper down and go low where there's a low area, then I might have a bump up where there's a couple of trees, maybe bump up, maybe another cluster in here, and then down low again, and maybe just keep it low like that. Now don't do each one the same. Try not to look at that other one. So when you do this one, okay, try to be a little bit different. So maybe I have a big high cluster in here, and then so try to do each one just and it's hard to do that, to just be random, because we're so used to kind of organizing and creating patterns that it's often hard to do that. Okay, and then that's the first step. And then when we do these down here, we're not going to pre-draw them, we're just going to paint them. So the next step is I'm going to show you using two different brushes, how to paint these in.